Welcome, on a fine evening of September 16, 2022, in scenic Platteville, Colorado, our stars, Officers Not So Bright and company, decided to turn a routine traffic stop into a blockbuster action scene. They met Yurini Rios Gonzalez, a 20-year-old TSA agent, just north of some railroad tracks. Spoiler alert, those tracks weren't just for decoration. Just as the clock struck a little past 7:30 p.m., the quaint town of Platteville, Colorado became the backdrop for what can only be described as a comedy of errors, but with real cops and real stakes. Enter our protagonist, Yurini Rios Gonzalez, a 20-year-old TSA agent who probably expected nothing more than a quiet drive. Cue the dramatic entrance of our Platteville Police Department's finest, who, for reasons best known to themselves, chose a spot just past railroad tracks for this high-stakes encounter. As if competing for the Worst Parking Spot of the Year award, one of our unnamed heroes from the Platteville PD decided the best place for his cruiser was, wait for it, right on the tracks. But wait, there's more. Soon enough, 2 more officers from the Fort Lupton Police Department joined the party. Because why not? The more the merrier, right? The trio was responding to a call about a potential road rage incident involving a firearm. Ms. Rios Gonzalez, probably as confused as anyone would be in such a situation, complied with the officer's commands. Hands out, she stepped out of her vehicle, only to find herself in the middle of what seemed like a poorly scripted reality TV show pilot, handcuffed and seated in the back of a cruiser parked, you guessed it, on the railroad tracks.
I see a car seat. Clear. Okay, let's get the bed. Come across. Clear. Dispatch Lupton 348. Vehicle's clear. You can raise the channel. That's good.
It took her a long time to pull over.
I got a holster right here in the passenger seat.
It took her a very long time to pull over.
I'm going.
Did you see her toss anything?
As if our Platteville PD officers were auditioning for a slapstick comedy, they decided to add a twist to the standard police procedure. Our officers, armed with years of training and the sacred duty to protect and serve, made a choice that would make even a toddler question their judgment, parking a police cruiser with Ms. Rios Gonzalez securely handcuffed inside directly on railroad tracks. Because, apparently, regular parking spots are just too mainstream. While our Keystone cops were busy playing real-life Frogger with a police cruiser, Ms. Rios Gonzalez sat in the back, probably wondering if she had accidentally driven onto the set of a bizarre reality show. The officers, meanwhile, were busy shouting orders and securing the area, blissfully unaware of the impending locomotive guest star about to crash their party.
Let me see your hand. Put both hands out the window. Both hands out.
Dispatch Lupton 346. We're giving commands. Her hands are out the window at this time.
Open your door. With your right hand, open your door. Come on out.
Yeah.
Put your hands up. Come on out.
Dispatch Lupton 346. She's out of the vehicle. Hands are visible.
Who else in the car with you?
Going to this side.
Yeah. Vasquez! Hey!
Lift your hands up. Lift your hands up. Okay? Turn around. Turn around. Turn around!
Let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer audacity of this decision. Parking on train tracks? Really? Were they hoping for a quick getaway by train? Or maybe they thought they'd stumbled upon a secret level in a live-action video game, Dodge the Train, Police Edition. In a display of decision-making that would make a game of pin the tail on the donkey look like chess, our officers then proceeded to search Ms. Rios Gonzalez's vehicle for the alleged firearm, all while leaving her, still handcuffed and completely helpless, in a police cruiser parked on an active train line. It's almost as if they were trying to recreate a scene from an action movie, except in this version, the scriptwriter forgets to save the day. As our officers rummaged through the vehicle, seemingly more concerned about finding a firearm than the safety of the handcuffed civilian on the tracks, the plot thickened. The tension was palpable, or at least it would have been if our officers had paid attention to their surroundings.
Could have, because when I was behind her, she was driving slow enough.
Yeah?
So she could have tossed something, but I literally...
Tossed it out the window?
She could have, out that window, but... Who is that car?
No, that's
Maybe a car!
time check. Oh my god! Oh my god! Did us medical emergent. The suspect was in the vehicle that was hit by the train.
In what seemed like a challenge to see who could flout the most basic safety laws, our officers turned to the good old Colorado revised statutes for inspiration. According to Section 42-4-1204, it's a big no-no to park on railroad tracks. But hey, why let the law get in the way of a good story? The officers must have thought they were in a special episode of Cops Break the Laws They Uphold.
Good? Keep your hands above your head.
Don't move.
What's going on? Why am I being... We'll explain everything in a second.
Can I get my cell phone, please? No one else is in the truck, sir. Can I please get my cell phone?
We'll get it for you.
Don't worry
Stand
about
up.
yourself.
Where are you taking me?
We're taking you to the car. Come on.
Why? What?
Do you have anything on you that's going to poke me, stick me, hurt me?
No, ma'am, but can I please get my cell phone?
We'll get your cell phone in a second. Is there any weapons in the car?
Ready?
No, ma'am, there's nothing on
There's
me.
no weapons in the car? Okay.
Everybody out in the car, come on.
What's going on? Ma'am, what's going on?
I'll tell you in a second. Take a seat.
I'm so confused. Can I get
Take a
my
seat.
cell phone?
I will get your cell phone for you. Take a seat.
Of course, there's a tiny, almost insignificant clause in Section 42-4-108 that allows emergency vehicles some leeway in where they park, you know, for actual emergencies. But our officers, in a stroke of genius, interpreted this to mean, sure, let's park on the actual train tracks. What could possibly go wrong? It's as if they threw the rule book out the window and decided to improvise. Safety? Never heard of her. They must have thought as they left Ms. Rios Gonzalez cuffed in a stationary target for Thomas the Tank Engine's angrier cousin. This level of safety disregard would make Evel Knievel blush. It's almost as if they were trying to test the limits of Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong, especially if you park a cruiser on train tracks. The officers, in their quest to redefine public safety, seem to forget that trains, much like laws and common sense, have a tendency to keep on track. As we go through this comedy of errors, let's tip our hats to these officers for giving a whole new meaning to the term. Train wreck.
There may still be a firearm in the vehicle. I don't know if you guys have been through it yet. We weren't sure if she threw it or if it's still hidden in the vehicle somewhere. It took her a long time to pull over.
Right now, I just need to find out who she is. You hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
There's a round over there in the door.
We had a date of birth on there.
That's what I was looking for.
I know you know what you're doing. I was just thinking out loud.
I'll let you look at that. I'll keep
All right.
looking for the other stuff. Righty could be in the console. There's your gun.
In an unexpected twist that shocked absolutely no one, except maybe our dear officers, a train, yes, a real, full-sized, not playing around train, decided to make a grand entrance. There's Ms. Rios Gonzalez, handcuffed in the back of a cruiser parked on the tracks, probably contemplating her life choices, when suddenly she finds herself starring in an impromptu action movie.
Put your hands up higher. I want you to set your phone down at the edge of your truck.
On your left.
You don't need it. You can leave it on. Come on back. Keep coming back. Keep your hands up. Keep coming back. Keep coming back to the sound of my voice. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Stop right there. Get down on one knee and then the other.
I got caught.
The officers, meanwhile, were engrossed in their quest to find a firearm in her vehicle, blissfully ignorant of the locomotive behemoth barreling down the tracks. It's almost as if they expected the train to politely stop and ask, "Excuse me, am I interrupting something?" Then, in a moment of cinematic perfection, the train collided with the cruiser. It was not so much a gentle nudge as it was a full-blown Hollywood style. "We're going to need a bigger budget for this scene" kind of impact. The cruiser, with Ms. Rios Gonzalez still inside, became an unwilling participant in a physics experiment about what happens when an unstoppable force meets a very movable object. The irony of the situation is so thick, you could cut it with a knife. Our officers, tasked with protecting and serving, managed to serve up a disaster of epic proportions and protect, well, absolutely nothing. It's like they mistook the phrase, "Park it like it's hot," a tad too literally. This incident also caused distress among the masses. An ex-user commented, "Criminal, would they have put their daughter in the back on railroad tracks? They should be charged."
Who is that Hart?
No, that's Tomacheck. Oh, oh my god. Oh my god.
Move your car! Stay back!
Now, let's put on our legal eagle hats and swoop into the world of statutes and big words. In the realm of what were they thinking? Law, we find ourselves pondering between negligence and deliberate indifference. It's like choosing between oops, I did it again, and yeah, I totally meant to do that. Negligence, in layman's terms, is like forgetting your coffee on the roof of your car. Deliberate indifference, on the other hand, is knowingly using your coffee as a coaster for a road cone. In this case, our officers seem to be aiming for the high score in both categories. Parking on train tracks? Check. Leaving a handcuffed civilian in said parked cruiser? Double check. Under the 14th Amendment's Due Process Clause, there's this nifty idea that people in custody should be reasonably safe. Reasonable safety, apparently, doesn't include potential face-offs with a train. The plot thickens with the 4th Amendment, which frowns upon unreasonable seizures. Last time we checked, getting hit by a train because you're locked in a police cruiser qualifies as pretty unreasonable. Post-collision, our scene shifts from comedy to drama as we tally the aftermath. Ms. Rios Gonzalez, our unwitting action hero, didn't walk away with just a story to tell her grandkids. No, she got a shopping list of injuries. 9 broken ribs, a broken arm needing surgery, a broken leg, a fractured sternum, and head injuries. It's like she inadvertently signed up for a one-woman demolition derby. While Ms. Rios Gonzalez was racking up hospital bills, multiple agencies, including the Colorado State Patrol and the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, put on their detective hats to investigate this train wreck, both literally and figuratively. The Fort Lupton Police Department handled the initial criminal investigation, presumably not on train tracks this time. As for our daring officers, the Platteville police officer who turned a cruiser into a makeshift train caboose was put on paid administrative leave. That's right, a paid vacation for playing chicken with a train. The other officers probably got a stern talking to about the finer points of parking etiquette. And now, a quick legal nugget with Larry.
Okay, so guys, the 10th Circuit Court, ruling over Colorado in Roscoe versus Peterson 2003, firmly stated, states must ensure reasonable care and safety to persons in custody. Quite the legal revelation for our train track shenanigans.